What's up, guys? So we are getting the new update later today, assuming there's no delays, but I wanted to make a video for my folks in World 1 or my folks that have a bunch of emeralds to know who to summon for in the banner 1 and 2. Most likely if you are in World 1, or honestly, let's just be honest, some of those World 1 units are better than the World 2 units. So we're going to go uncover all of that, and let's hop into it. Let's go. Quick reminder, guys, that this is my second channel, and on my second channel, we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. At 100K, we're going to be giving away 100,000 Robux. Let's get it. And a big shout out to the tier list team, but I'm going to be giving my own opinion. So let's see what I think of their list, and let's get it started. All right, remember, this is World 1 units only. So first up, farm units in World 1. I will say Idle does have the Evo when you get to World 2, so keep that in mind. Speedwagon and Escanor, these guys are basically free units. So if I was a new player, I would first get Escanor, and if I had enough gems, then I would get Speedwagon, and then after that I would do my best to get Yojin or Idle, honestly, because Idle does have that Evo, which is nice, but Yojin is better than Idle and doesn't really need an Evo. But Idle, even without the Evo, is still pretty good, so it doesn't really matter which one you get for World 1, or you can get both if you have enough emeralds. So but they're all good units. Again, like, first I would definitely make sure you get Escanor. He's gonna be very helpful. 2, and then honestly either one works. But I know a lot of people have Yojin because he's so easy to get, and he's basically free if you get to World 2 because you get like so many emeralds. So this is how they rank the legendaries, and this is pretty much correct from what I've seen. So this is going to be your legendary to summon for if you are in that stage of the game. Let me see if I have him. I think he's what? Vaccine Man? Plague Man? Yeah, you guys can kind of see his stats. Level 1, 1,000 damage. That is one of the better legendaries out there. And I do believe he gets hybrid later on. So definitely a pretty solid unit right there. I believe this Boku has a legendary, so keep that in mind. I believe he turns into like Vegeta later on, which could be useful. The rest of them I haven't really used much. Uryu is a budget heir, but yeah, I use these two in like my New to Pro series. Let me know if you want to see the next episode of my New to Pro series. I definitely got to film it. I'm still working on it. So these are all the mythics with non-evos. Now, honestly, I kind of tested them out. Igris is actually pretty good. I actually kind of recommend Igris a lot. Gojo does have that Evo, so keep that in mind, but he's no good without the Evo. A high-class tanker and Igris are very, very good. Garo has the Evo, and he is hybrid, so he's actually a pretty good drop. So I would say Garo is not a bad bet. I don't really use Natsu much, but I would say these three, because this guy also evolves into Sung Jin Woo. So these three are the ones I would summon for. I would skip the rest. So these are the mythic Evos. Now Garo, a lot of people like Garo. Garo is pretty good for macroing, so I would say he's probably the only one that's worth it. The rest of them have like some decent Evos. But again, like, if you're in World 1, Evos are going to be slightly harder for you to get. I will say this guy, I believe this is the Evo, but yeah, his Evo is kind of hard to get, but him in general is not that like bad of a unit. And his Evo is actually really easy to get nowadays, thanks to like all the mythic shard codes and whatnot. So these are all like the goated celestials. I would definitely say this one is kind of hard to get. You have to do a lot of that infinite mode, but definitely recommend it because it also does have the good Evo as well. Tatsumaki is the very first celestial I'll get. She's going to allow you to basically just cook every single game mode. So on the New to Pro series, I'm basically just like, once she's in the banner, we're going to absolutely start cooking. Saber does have a nice Evo, but I would say these two are good without the Evo. Gon also has a good Evo. Like, they buffed him up a bunch. Good Evo. The rest of them, I don't think I really use that much, but no, they're pretty decent. So these are like the celestials with like Evos. Gojo definitely has like that good upgrade to the ultimate. Keep that in mind. The rest of them, I don't really use any of these that much. Pro is actually not that bad, so maybe look into him. High class tanker is not bad at all, but honestly, I'd personally just like skip all these if I'm in World 1. I wouldn't really worry about summoning these till I get to World 2. Again, I think you need this guy for like the Sung Jin Woo Evo, but like the rest of them, like I don't think I've ever really used these. I think same with Igris, but I've just never really used these units. So these are some of the ultimates you can get. This one is really easy to get. That's from a map. This one's harder to get from a map, and this one's also from a map. Now, honestly, none of them are really that good, so I kind of crossed them off. Boyful, or whatever his name is, not good. He's not really that good. Like, I just can't really recommend any of these units, but honestly, they're not even that hard to get, but I just can't recommend them. I just don't think they're worth the time investment. I mean, obviously, unless you're macroing for these two, like, other than that, it's not worth it. Now, the ultimate Evos are pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Guts, after his buff, he's basically like right under the godly. So this is a must-have for sure. He is my go-to best World 1 unit. Shanks also got a very nice buff as well. Definitely a go-to. Sung Jin Woo is decent for infinite mode. Saitama, I have a feeling Saitama is going to get buffed soon, so keep an eye on that, or maybe you'll get an Evo. I don't know. The rest of these, Pain and Vegito does have the Evo, which is nice. But I would say if I'm like maybe late game, I'd focus on these two. And Vegito is okay, but I don't really like him that much, but he's not bad. He's pretty easy to get to. But these two, these ones are very good even for World 2. So definitely highly recommend it. So this is their overall list that they came up with, and I kind of agree with it. This guy, again, you need the Evo for it. But I would definitely say my personal preferences are these three. I would say these are the ones you want to get. In order, I would say number 1 priority is Tatsumaki. Number 2 priority is going to be Rengoku. Number 3, I would go with Guts. And then number 4 is Shanks, but Shanks is optional. This is kind of the priority I would go for them. Garo is, if you have the Evo items for him or you can trade for them, that's also pretty decent as well. And again, this is just kind of like a summary of the DPS. Again, stonks. So yeah, let's just say these guys have crazy DPS. So these two are like really good. And I have a feeling after the next updates, we might get even more good World 1 units. So please get those ASAP, and you will have a good time.